time. I got both parts delivered at the right place at the right time.
Gonna look like the flattest day.
Flat.
Spain, Morocco. There. We left Barbate this morning after waiting out some unfavorable winds, and we're headed to Gibraltar, intentionally timing our passage to head through the strait that sits between Spain and Morocco. The Strait of Gibraltar links the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea, a narrow passage of about 14 kilometers, and with the wind in our face today, we're motoring through. There are a bunch of factors into entering the Strait of Gibraltar, and we met some boats that had turned around yesterday and they were at the marina, so we thought today we would just try and time it with the current. It's slapping quite a bit. Try and time it with the current, even though the wind and current are opposing, which is not ideal. It's not something that we would usually do, but given the circumstances, that was the best. So it's been alright. I thought it was going to be worse, but we prepped everything, lunch and all. And we're heading to Gibraltar for some tax-free fueling up, and then we'll be on the Spanish side for a bit. We're waiting for some parcels and no orcas. The Sea Shepherd boat went out this morning and they said they didn't see any, and we should be getting into safer territory here now anyway.
So Gibraltar and the Strait is quite famous for having very strong winds due to the mountains around on the Moroccan side and the Spanish side, which funnel the wind through. And typically you'd get about a week worth of strong easterly winds, followed alternating with a week worth of strong westerly winds. So you'd want to time your passage through according to the way you go following these winds. But because we were coming from Portugal and Spain, where there's been a lot of orca interactions, we followed the advice of hugging the shorelines, and that meant that we did miss a favorable wind window with westerly winds. So we ended up going up against easterly winds, so headwinds, as we went through. We waited for a little while in Marina, a few dozen miles out of the strait, but it was very, very hot and the wind just wouldn't go away. So in the end we just decided to go for it and motor through because it's not that long. Top of the wind, what's interesting is the current. You'd expect it to follow the tide right coming from the Atlantic, but it turns out it's a bit more complex than this due to the salinity difference between the Atlantic and the Med, and also the fact apparently that the Med, the level of the water can be slightly lower because of more evaporation. So in the end you usually get strong currents always from the Atlantic towards the Med, or no current. So in our case we did time it to have good currents coming in, which helped against the headwind. So we did motor through for a couple of hours with the help of the current, and as soon as we passed the narrowest point, which is near Tarifa, thankfully the wind dies off pretty quickly. So it was like 35 knot plus, and then went down to like 10-15. And it was very interesting to see the currents coming in, and you could see on the sides like the counter currents coming back, and there was a boat maybe like half a mile from us, but it was going 2 knots slower.
It's like
because
a travelator.
it was just not in the right spot. So yeah, that was quite a scenic passage, and didn't meet any orcas, and the rudders are safe. That's right here.
Oh, they already have fenders on there. Cool.
Yeah.
Need more. Yeah, it's good.
That's good. Can I use a lock?
Yes, you can lock it.
And it stops?
It stops automatically.
Okay, great.
I think that's the first time we've had a lock that works. No? After a quick fuel up in Gibraltar, we crossed over to the Spanish side and docked in at a marina in La Línea, and this was our view from the bow. As a gateway between the Atlantic and the Med, the Rock of Gibraltar creates its own microclimate, where moist easterly winds are forced upwards, cooling into dramatic clouds that cling to the summit before quickly dissolving back into the sky. We're going to Gibraltar, but we're actually... No, we're at La Linea, just nearby. We fueled up in Gibraltar. We are gonna walk to the border and get our passports through. And while we're here waiting for better wind, we figured why not explore Gibraltar a little. As a British overseas territory, it didn't have the Schengen agreements when we visited that I believe they might have now. But it meant we had to walk over to immigration, clear passport control, and take an unusual walk into the city, crossing the airport's tarmac. We had a lot of walking to do today, and combined with the heat wave and Gibraltar's humidity, it may have not been our smartest idea. But when living on a boat, you're always at the mercy of the weather, and this was our only day to explore. If you've been to Gibraltar, it's hard to miss the monkeys everywhere. The famous macaques were originally brought over from North Africa centuries ago, and local legends say that as long as they stay, Gibraltar will remain British. The legend's so strong, even Churchill panicked about it when the macaque numbers dropped in the 40s and ordered for them to be replenished. Where are we? Somewhere there.
This is so scary.
It is scary.
I'm gonna jump.
During World War II, St. Michael's Cave was turned into an emergency hospital inside the rock, built in secret as part of Gibraltar's wartime defense preparations, with tunnels and hospital rooms built deep underground. But in the end, it was never actually used. We're on the suspension bridge, and it happens to be next to the monkey's den, which I'm dreading. I'm not enjoying any of this. And like Max said, the two things I'm afraid of is like bats and monkeys. They've been attacking people. I actually don't know if they'll come and take the camera. I've seen them attack a few tourists today already. So, just wish me luck. I can't wait to get down. I don't even think we're gonna make it back to the cable car, but I will jump down.
Got bad news. You gotta walk back the bridge.
No, and the monkeys.
And the monkeys then. You gotta crawl through it.
Aunt really says it's good for content if I get attacked by a monkey, so he's waiting
We
for
need
it.
some drama. We need to steal the baby.
He did tell me to put Maddie down. Okay, so Antoine sent me through the bush. He says it's a good view of the bridge. But I'm terrified if there's monkeys. They're gonna definitely get me. I've got backpack of snacks, cameras, everything. I think we walked at least about 10 kilometers. Your legs are gonna fall off.
Yeah,
This is the first time I got both parts delivered at the right place at the right time on the first go.
After a year, huh?
Never happened.
Wait, what? Are you
Should we
saying
talk
that?
about the parts that are in Portugal and we probably can't get them?
Wait.
Good? That's good. Perfect! Yeah, you're good here. We are just leaving La Linea now. It's dead calm. We're gonna be motoring east. We don't know yet. Maybe a few hours, maybe a few days. We'll see how much we can do, or if we want to do an overnight sail. There are a few stops on the coast, but our aim is to get to Ibiza, Formentera first. The sooner the better, to be honest. We are trying to spend the summer in Corsica and Sardinia, so gonna try spend July in Ibiza, Mallorca, Menorca, and then hop over to Sardinia and Corsica and just stick to those islands for now.
Just me and my tank of friends hanging out. Excuse me.
Hey, no, let it go for
Okay, lock it. turned on. Yeah, this
that's
is pretty
weird.
tight. Yeah, something's not right with this rod.
Why is it so weird? Like, you know.
I don't know, ask the boys. Their boys trip. Something is not right. I'm gonna have to look it up, but and the lines are all fish on.
Pretty big.
Wait, we might have to just spread the line, Max.
It's definitely
oh
not-
yeah, go. Yeah,
Definitely
because
not.
this rod
Well,
is.
I mean, it might be. But I don't think it is.
Max, we just lost it right here.
There's
You
no
cut the
way it could
wire.
have cut that thing.
What? Literally, I
It's
cut
like a
the
giant
wire.
wahoo or something. It has to be a wahoo.
That means that's the big fish, what?
Don't get to do this often. Lining up shower time with the sunset. And not having to cook at the same time because it's like 9 something now. Sun is setting. We're on our way somewhere east of Spain and arriving at 3 a.m. I think. So we can anchor down, have a sleep, and then the kids will be up in the morning and we can all go for a swim. But it's been very hot, really, really hot. We're just enjoying this for now. And I still don't know what shifts we're doing, but it's only until 3 a.m. so we'll figure it out. We're about 3 hours away. We're supposed to be anchoring at about 3 a.m. It's not too busy. We started with a lot of ships, there's a lot of cargo. But now it's more the unmarked sort of fishing boats around, so they don't have AIS, which I'm not used to. Most boats we've seen around the crossings of the Caribbean and stuff did have AIS, so I just have to get used to that now. You can definitely smell the fish, so it's definitely a fishing boat.
Coming in.
No, I made coffee, I've got a headache, I'm tired. I did most of the sailing last night. I did most of the sailing last night. Yeah. No, it was like 1 a.m. when I fell asleep. Anyways, I am exhausted. Yeah, I think we switched maybe at 12:30. I fell asleep at like 1. Then Maddie woke up twice. Then Antoine woke me up at 3 so we could anchor. And then after we did all the anchoring and everything, went to bed at like 4. And then Maddie came again. So yeah, got a bit of sleep, but I have a headache. I think I just need to drink water, have my coffee. And yeah, it's nice to swim off the back of the boat. I don't know when was the last time we did this. April, May, June, July, almost 3 months ago. So yeah, it feels like ages ago, but it's really nice. Maddie's going fast with the wind. Hello. So one of the camera's wires is corroded, and Antoine's there holding the... Yeah, it's working. There he is. It's working, and so what are you gonna do now?
Not sure. I thought there was a connection that was wrong, but I redid it, and there's just no power coming in.
But there was something corroded, no?
Yeah, I thought that was the issue, but it's further upstream. There's no power coming to the cable. We fix the cable, but the cable doesn't have power.
Okay, add that to the list. Importance. Not very high.
Yeah, to follow the cable to see where it's going.
Okay. Do we only have lights on that side?
There's no sign.
Is it just that one that doesn't work? So Ange just found out that not just the camera, it's not just the camera's not working, it's also the lights. And we do have a crack in this glass up here for a couple months now, which we don't know if it's causing a leak or anything, but... Does it work?
No.
Oh, the switch is here on this side. Wait, shall I try again?
Show me as in circuits.
Bigger problems.
By the instrument.
Our spinnaker is so patched up from the time in the Bahamas. But it's working. We got it done in the US, in Norfolk. And the kids are fighting in the background. We are flying!
Okay, what's the wind?
7. We're going at 2 knots.
Shit is in the water and stop the engine.
Yes, baby. Now your little binoculars to spot dolphins. We're gonna get that replaced. And then there's a nice playground and there's a lot of history around here. So we will see. There's a castle. There's a castle up there. Okay, now to find the dinghy dock. It's always the question of the day. Oh, this ladder is flimsy. Oh my goodness. I would not attach to this thing. Don't attach to the ladder. The shop was super close to the dock, which doesn't usually happen. The other day we walked like 4 or 5 kilometers in the heat. So the kids are happy. Pretty lucky it's not scorching yet, but it's pretty hot. We're gonna go back to the boat, put away the food, have some lunch, school, and then see the kids want to go to the beach with days along here until like 10 p.m. We can still do stuff. Sit down on the stick.
Mom, that's off the front. Look.
turn on the barbecue.
Hi. Come back. Come.
Time is flying once again, and with plans to spend summer in the Balearics and Corsica, we've got a lot of sailing ahead of us. Right now, we're heading to Calp to reunite with friends we sailed the Bahamas with, and we can't wait to catch up with them.
20 knots, take down the 0, and now it's back to 16, and we're doing 5 instead of 7.
You just didn't take it down,
Damn
you
it.
packed it away, all the rope.
And if we put it back up, it's going to be 25 knots.
There's the red behind the jib.
Where is it? 19 knots now.
Isn't that what you want? It was 15.
Only now.
What are you making, Max? A car track?
Yeah. Taking.
We literally put up the code 0 for the second time after having packed it and everything. And the wind up 22 knots. So that will be fun. Now I have to bring it down again. But at least it's windy, so we'll see. We'll probably leave it up for the night now if we need it. At least we can just unfurl it. But we had packed everything away, lines off. So it's just the joys of sailing. But we have nothing else to do anyway, so it's been on and off. So I was opening the jib again. And yeah, it was supposed to be up to 30 knots today, but it just hasn't been like the forecast. So we'll see. It's up and down. You wanted a workout, so.
Yeah. Testing 20, we played code 0, then the wind dropped to 15 for an hour, and then we decided to put the code 0 back up, and now it's casting 22. So we're running the code 0 again.
Okay, well, here we go.
That winch is dying.
The winch is on the to-do list as well.
That thing is very bad.
It's nice.
Ah! You're slacking. Yeah, it's gonna look like the flattest day.
Flat.
No, if you see you in there for perspective,
Two
maybe.
white caps.
Oh my god. We've been sailing 26 hours now maybe, which was supposed to be when we were supposed to arrive. So the wind picked up again. We are surfing once more. It feels a bit messier than yesterday, but the waves are a bit smaller. I'm gonna try and make some lunch. And the kids are playing. Max is fishing Maddie, so this is what we are doing to keep busy. Can't wait to anchor and have a nap, sleep. I don't even know, I think it's like 5 p.m. now. Seems like it might be a bit rolly. As an anchorage, the marina is full, but we're supposed to see some trances, so we'll see. Otherwise, the other marina is a bit further down, but at this point, I think we'll sleep through anything. I think we'll try anchor, go for a swim, and then have dinner and sleep early because we are dead. But beautiful views along the coast. And then after this, we'll be on to Ibiza, Formentera, somewhere there. But finally, feels like the Spanish coast was a slog, but we're getting there. And the sun is out, the wind is calmed down a bit, so we're motoring. It's still very pretty. What's it called? It was sunny and now it's very stormy over there. We sailed with lightning on shore.
It's cold.
And Maddie's going fishing to catch herself a maxo.
Don't go. Hey, hail puts. That is.
It's literally hailing.
Hey.
What?
I get okay. I'm good. Ready, hot.
So Ant is swimming. It is 6 a.m. He's checking the anchor because we first of all told this other sailing boat that arrived like midnight, anchored right over us, a few meters to spare, and this morning we couldn't even get the bridle up without touching them. So we woke them up. Took a while. We had to go paddle, knock on their boat. They leave and we're like, okay, so it wasn't stuck on their anchor as well, which is good, but now we can't get the anchor up, so I don't know what's happening. But we're gonna try and catch the wind to get to Ibiza, but I don't know what's wrong with the anchor. So if it's not stuck, I don't know, it's just not coming up. The chain in the locker is fine, like there's plenty of room. I don't know. We'll find out very soon. So we're in Formentera, and issue solved with the anchor this morning. There was nothing wrong. I don't know, it's never happened before that we couldn't lift the anchor. So Ant went to snorkel and he didn't find anything wrong with it. It was in the sand, it was fine. Had to pull a bit hard and try and help with the boat, and it was all good. And so yeah, we're all good, just very tired, but hopefully here we'll sleep a bit better. It's been quite rolly. Papa dropped the bucket full of sand, Max, bottom of this.
What?
It's not a tough thing. I went to pick up from the bottom.
Oh yeah, you went to get the cup. Watching his engineering skills coming to life again. Trying to get the sand out of the bucket first, and then try and bring it up. Got it.
Sure did.
Wait, diving?
Yeah. That's pretty deep.
Got the bucket.
Wait, did you use my rod?
No, Papa used like a shackle thing as a hook and a rope, and then he went diving in the end. Oh, this is cool.